Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. My name is Alex. I'm outside Stamford Bridge with Tony from Chelsea SW6. How are you doing, my friend? It's been a long time.
Yeah, as indeed. And what a marvellous game that was. It was just an absolute pleasure, wasn't it, to be here. I want to say, first of all, I thought the club was a beautiful tribute before the game. And we all know how important today was, total respect. Just beautiful. It was just, the last post, the way it was played, it's really moving, wasn't it,
Well,
But
you know what was great for me as well, Tony? By the way, I don't even think I've mentioned the scoreline, 4-4 against Man City.
Yeah, fantastic, isn't it?
But, there wasn't a single sound, and it's very rare that you don't hear anyone in a stadium of over 40,000.
Yeah, you couldn't hear a pin drop. It was a total and utter respect. Now, I don't know, obviously, with all that's going on right now, maybe it's something to do with that. Who knows, right? All I know is that Chelsea, they played their part, and I thought both sets of fans were, an absolute credit, Now, the game, wow, what a game, what an absolute game. I've been privileged to see a lot of 4-4s, actually. Obviously, the Sheffield Wednesday one in the 80s, old canners, But the Ajax game, 4-4 with Spurs and 5-4 with Man City in the full members. That was fucking mental, that was. But this today was an absolute, just high quality, and you can't fault us. I think every single player played their part. You've got to give special mentions to Thiago Silva. I thought he was immense, absolutely immense. We are so going to miss him. It's incredible, isn't it, how he keeps, churning out those performances. I was really watching him intensively. Such a class act, But I thought Cucurella was brilliant. The two the two players we bought up from Manchester City, Raheem Sterling and obviously Cole Palmer. Oh my God, Cole Palmer, what a player. Thank you very much, City, for that. Because seriously, we have got an absolute gem there. He's a gem. And the fans love him already, because we've ripped out our entire side, haven't we? We've got rid of so many players. Away then goes all the chance for all the players. We almost had an entourage of chants that we'd sing to the certain, but they're all left now, obviously. So it's nice to hear he's got his own tune, and and he deserves it because he's just absolute, spot on point. The pressure he was under with that penalty was just, incredible.
And the Man City players, they just made an absolute meal of it, which, to be fair, Tony, I think we'd want our players to do if City had a penalty in the same scenario. But for me, I actually think, Walker was on a yellow. I think he deserved another yellow because what he was doing to the ref, he was trying to square up to him.
Yeah.
For me, it's one standard for one team and one standard for another. And again, another poor refereeing performance in my eyes.
Yeah, it reminded us actually under Mourinho where we'd all get round the referee and everything else and do the old intimidation one. They feel invincible, don't they? The way they are right now. And you have to say, my goodness, they really do take their chances. They're so clinical, Manchester City, aren't they? It's like in, bang, goal. Just out of nowhere. Where'd that go? We're just kind of getting into the swing of being 2-1 up or whatever, and then next thing you know, it's like bang, bang, and it's back to square, And their supporters, don't get me wrong. I'm praising for the silence that they and the respect they showed during, during the minute silence. But they're so arrogant, aren't they? When they, the way they are as fans. Well, I suppose that's how we were like, But I think what's come out today is I felt the game at Spurs. People forget because I thought there was a lot of negativity spoken about that performance. I really, really do. It was almost like Spurs were brilliant and we were shit because we couldn't break down 9 men. But reality was, we had the ball in the back of the net 7 times on that particular day. And we're talking about kids who don't really properly know the culture of Spurs Chelsea, what it means to us as supporters. And they went out. You could see, man, can you not see them giving it all that? Every single one of them, you could see what it meant to them. Those players gave everything today. And I also want to pay tribute to the supporters, the crowd. I thought Stamford Bridge was absolutely fucking rocking at points, wasn't it,
Yeah, 100%. I think that it's one of those stadiums where if you give us the football, we will reward you with the atmosphere.
Return, yeah. And I do think now, right, there's going to be, because there's a lot of negativity spoken about us, It's like, Chelsea are a poor team. How many times you heard that in a week? Like, Chelsea are a poor team. A team like Man City would have banged 10 past Tottenham and this sort of shit, And I think to myself, well, actually, that's not true. We've got a lot of incredibly gifted kids, yeah. And if you look at a lot of the games this season, if you actually look at the stats, right, you'll see that we're obviously we haven't been finishing. Well, we are now, but we weren't finishing. But we were creating bags and bags of chances. We're right up there with Man City, So listen, Jackson getting another one as well. That's massive again. Listen. You only got to look at Didier Drogba, in his first season. He didn't exactly set the world, on fire. Our greatest goal scorer, Frank Lampard, when he first came to Chelsea, he weren't that great. He weren't that great in the first season. It took him a while to get into a rhythm.
Well, when I speak to other Chelsea fans about Drogba, they would argue Jackson's been better than Drogba was in his first season.
Well, he was getting booed in his first season because he was always hitting the deck, and then obviously he realised he had to put it in and. There's a culture within Chelsea, isn't there? You know what I mean? I want to say also sad news about Emma Hayes, really am. And I don't want to get all conspiratorial because I know there is. Listen. I put I actually held my hands out to Johnny. If you're listening, Johnny, I know you're forwarding my calls and all that. Do you know what I mean? But that's fair enough. But I do think, now's the time to stop the negativity now. We need to look at, things aren't what they were. We've lost Roman Abramovich. We know what we were under Roman Abramovich. We were an incredible machine. But it's gone now. It's gone. And we're in a new era now, And we've got extremely, very, very, very high talented kids. And it's just, that today, anyone that can turn around and say that we don't play good football, that was incredible football, do you know what I mean? And there's been points during the course of this season where we were good. We lost at West Ham. I thought we were great against West Ham. It was only that last, do you know what I mean? I thought we were a better side against Brentford. How about that one? And it was just once they scored, our heads went, and that's the youngsters. Yeah. But I think today was just immense, and it would have been an absolute travesty had we not got something out of that game. I think it was a draw. I think it was a.
I disagree. I think we deserved the win, Tony.
Deserved the win. You're right. Maybe we shade. You are right. But they are clinical.
They're so clinical. But I was speaking to a Man City fan after this, and he couldn't give me one reason why they should have won that game because they had the referee. In my opinion, they were getting the better decisions. And just generally speaking,
I was going past their coaches actually and doing a bit of earwigging, and they were all saying about well, you can't argue with that. They were saying basically the poor defending and this, that, and the other. I think we were just so up for it. We were turning over the ball high. We were pressing. There were so many great performances. As I say, Palmer's just an absolute jewel. But I thought Raheem Sterling is incredible, absolutely incredible today, yeah? And those Man City fans must be watching that thinking, how many times have we seen former players come back to haunt us, and just have these incredible games against us? And we've never really sort of had it where we put it on other people, because generally speaking, we tend to buy the better players, yeah. Whereas we've now got, obviously, two of Manchester City's players, that good players, and they've literally turned it on against them, today. I say, am I right in saying that Raheem Sterling put his hands up, didn't he, to basically say,
Yeah, but he was smiling, Tony. He was smiling.
And the players were basically going, go on, celebrate, you know what I mean? But, great, man, But just a little one, I'll put some stuff up on Chelsea SW6 Facebook. So I'm back now. I'm back in the game now. So, yeah.
It's good to have you back, Tony. It's been a long time.
Man. Yeah, well, I've been going, but as I say, with my kids and that, like the Arsenal game, I was literally, me and my boy were so soaked. He just wanted to get home. So, but yeah, nice to be on, man, and much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tony. Always a pleasure.
Cheers, mate.